why you define the lockdown.
Yeah, so we've had a business here for 30 years, and our business is very precious to us. And I mean, obviously the government are offering, X amount of money for businesses like ours to sort of be closed, but it doesn't even cover the rent here. So we would like a business at the end of all this, and so that's why we're deciding to stay open. Really.
Have you seen many businesses fall by the wayside around the area because of the
Well,
lockdowns?
I think that will sort of come to light, in the next few months, really. What exactly is going to happen with businesses, I don't know. But in Droitwich Town Centre, I mean, we had lots of empty units anyway, so I don't know what it's going to be like when we come out of this.
Yeah, it's not a thriving shopping centre, is it?
Well, no, I mean, all shopping centres are struggling. They all were pre all this anyway. So, yeah, I don't know what they're going to do after this.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, I grew up here. I lived here until I was 20,
Yes.
and I noticed even throughout my teens, some of the shops disappearing, getting replaced with just betting shops and hairdressers and things.
Yeah, and charity shops.
And
yeah,
charity shops.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, are good. There's nothing wrong with charity shops, but if a town centre's only got a whole load of charity shops, it's a bit soul destroying. Yeah.
Yeah.
How was business? How did you find business before this? Was it ticking along nicely?
We were just about managing, because every year for X number of years now, it's just down. Really, it's a struggle. Independent businesses, it's a struggle. Yeah. So this on top of that, we're into survival, really.
Yeah.
So when it's like that, you can take a lot of hassle from people because you know that it's do or die.
Yeah. And it's just a small card shop. I mean, as we've seen, the larger retailers have been allowed to sell their cards.
Yeah.
So that makes me think, how is it less dangerous in their premises and more so in yours?
Yeah, so I mean, the big comparison for us is WH Smith's. I mean, we've got nothing against them at all. We want all businesses to be open, so nothing against them. But we sell daily newspapers, we sell confectionery, we sell a lot of the sugar craft stuff over there. For people who make their own cakes, there's lots of people run their business from home. That's edible stuff, and so yeah, I mean, if you take a trip round to Smith's, they've got a huge shop full of stationery, cards, and all this kind of stuff, and they've got a little newsagents bit at the front, but they're allowed to be open, but we're not. So.
And they're selling all sorts of things that aren't essential as well alongside it.
Yeah, if you want to start getting into the non-essential, essential stuff, yeah.
Yeah, really, it should be what's good for the goose, good for the gander, and as that doesn't seem to be the case.
Yeah.
Then, from my eyes, good on you for staying open and not allowing them to tell you no.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Someone's got to do it, really, and often if the businesses that stay open and are brave, it just gives other people confidence to do the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what was your main motive other than trying to keep your business afloat? And was there sort of
there's underlying principles as well. We're great believers in the conscience, and we just feel that there's a principle at stake here. That really, from the word go, there's been an overreaction to what's gone on, and so we just do not believe in lockdowns. I said to myself from the very beginning, what happens to a virus if you hide away? Once you come back out again, it's still going to be there. So we've got to deal with it sometimes. So I don't understand the whole principle of lockdown. It's too damaging. The trade-off is too great.
Yep.
For the rest of society.
Yeah, who knows what it's going to do to society as a whole in terms of our ability to manage viruses in our bodies for the future anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Many of us have seen the footage of the police and council workers. You put out 2 videos so far. Did you put those out yourself?
There's probably family members have done it for me. Probably we've got 7 children, me and Alasdair, so it's probably one of
Wow.
the kids that have done it. Yeah,
That's great.
because they're much better at doing that kind of thing than us. So
Okay. Have you recorded any of the other visits you've had?
we did have a bit of a recording going on Saturday when they were in. It wasn't great, really. It was very busy in here because it was about Valentine's on Sunday. So yeah, we have had that as well.
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
So how has your experience been with the council workers and the police?
Yeah, I mean, on Saturday, the police obviously came in here to try and frighten and intimidate us, but we're not easily frightened and intimidated. We're very gentle, unaggressive people, but we're not easily frightened. So they didn't really manage to do that. The council are annoying because they don't answer questions. I can't get to the bottom of why we're a health hazard, the comparison between ourselves and like Smiths. Why is it not plausible that we are thinning people out by having people in the shop instead of pushing everybody into shops like Morrison's that's already crushed and full? And what is sort of the benchmark where a shop does become essential? Because then they're saying that we can't say that we're essential because we're not selling enough newspapers, we're not selling enough confectionery, and so what is the line? Well, they can't say that. It's very subjective and very vague. So,
Do you have to sell enough, or do you simply have to provide enough? Does it matter if
I think it's just the offering. I don't think it's particularly showing the figures. I think it's what we've got on offer.
So you've got to have your right tithings.
You could open a warehouse just entirely full of crisps. It's illegal.
Yeah, and all businesses, when it's it's essential to us because it puts food on our table, pays the bills. It's our livelihood. We've all got divine right to work, to earn our living in an honest way, doing no harm to anybody, and we believe that thoroughly, really. So.
And how would you cope if you had to shut the doors and feed 7 children at the same time?
Well, I mean, we've got a very close family network. I'm sure we'd survive. We've gone through a lot as a family in the past, but it's not just about that. It's the future. I mean, we don't know how long lockdown is going to go on for. We don't know if there's going to be more this year. If we don't sort of lay our cards on the table now, so we're prepared to go to court about it.
Cool. And do you feel or think that this is an attack on small businesses?
Sorry,
do you feel that this is an attack on small businesses?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be, hasn't it? Because of all the things I've just said. Why would we need to be closed if other shops like the chain stores like Smiths and that they're allowed to stay open? It must be an attack on small businesses.
You can have thousands upon thousands in a Amazon warehouse.
Yeah, and like the shops like the Range, for instance, that people have been piling in there. Garden centres, who goes to a garden centre for essential stuff, really? People go up to garden centre for a jolly, for a trip out.
Yeah, and the garden centres
and
are
they sell
allowed
everything
to be open this time. The first lockdown they weren't allowed to.
Well, Smiths weren't open the first lockdown either, but they chose to be open second and third lockdown. So, which, if they've got the luxury of choice, they're bound to say, yeah, we're going to be open, guys, because we can't keep being locked down, But obviously we haven't got that luxury, apparently. So.
Have you had any opposition from the local public about you being open?
Yeah, this is one thing that would have been a bit of a shame, but very, very little, really, as far as manifesting itself here in and around the shop. I mean, you always get the keyboard warriors, don't you? Sort of the thing. Yeah. I don't really care about those kind of people at all. But as for public, I would say nearly every other customer that's coming into the shop is encouraging and supporting and saying, great, you're open, because we're a very appreciated shop. People like coming in here. There's a personal element, family element. We've been here 30 years. We're well known. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a small community, Droitwich, anyway. Yes. I mean, there's some people coming in or walking past and just being like, oh, here you are. I had no idea. And they're just happy you're open.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. I mean, we had an old dear in the other day, and if her phone dies, she comes in here and uses the phone to call a taxi. People know that that's fine. We're sort of outside the box type people. We're not just gonna.
Yeah, you're part of the community, not just a shop, innit?
Yeah, Yes,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, which is what we need more of. Really.
Yes, the personal touch is so lacking, isn't
yep.
it? This day and age, it really is.
Unfortunately, it's going more and more and more, and these
Yeah.
restrictions seems to be completely destroying that little touch.
I know. Sometimes you talk to people and you think, is there anyone real in there, or is this just a piece of plastic? You know,
Yep,
is there any sort of, you know?
Yeah,
Common skull.
Yeah.
I struggle with him sometimes.
Yeah.
What about your support or interactions from the media and the wider world?
Yeah, so guys like you, we consider obviously as being friends, so we've been very open and expressive to people like you. We're very nervous about mainstream media, and we've been extremely careful what we say because it gets manipulated and changed. So we either say nothing and don't take any interviews, or we say very little because then, generally speaking, they're not friends.
Yeah, there's a good chance that they'll
Put you in a bad light, really,
yeah,
which is a shame.
I think I said on the phone to you, you know, they'll do an interview with you. They may even quote you verbatim, but the headline will be lockdown dissenters causing
something
chaos.
like that, which is just shame.
Okay.
So yeah, we don't really.
Really, it should be small business heroes. And it should do. You should be proud of yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw the Worcester Hereford, was it BBC Hereford and Worcester News article on Facebook, on one of the few times that I've ventured on Facebook. Dare I do that? And there were hundreds, if not thousands, of comments on there, and I would say at least 70% were positive.
Yeah. Do you know? Because we don't. My kids are always saying to me, "Mum, don't read the Facebook stuff because it'll upset you." Which I mean, I don't anyway. But a couple of people have said exactly the same. They've said this time round, with the news, the comments have been slightly more, quite a bit more positive than they probably were when we were in the media in the second lockdown. So that's good.
Yeah, of course.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not to focus on the negative, but I did see one commenter who said that she had a business as well, and she said, "Why do you get to be open when I can't open my business?"
Yeah.
I just thought that was strange because obviously she's more than welcome to open her business as well and do exactly the same thing that you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, we don't get to be opened really. We just open.
Open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps if that business owner had something about her, she'd be open as well. Or he'd be open.
Yeah, it takes a lot of bravery to do. I mean, I do feel sorry for anyone who's. It distresses me, you know, with people's livelihoods and businesses. People put so much effort when you're self-employed and you have your own business. You put so much effort into it. You know, you're not just rolling up. It's not just 9 to 5. You know, it's a lot of blood and guts and tears. You know, but yeah, it's a shame, real shame.
Yeah.
It's incredibly difficult going against the grain right now.
Yeah.
You know, as we said, we just had trouble in Morrison's.
Yeah.
We were just trying to buy an SD card, but they told us to get out because we weren't wearing masks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very difficult for all of us.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine how difficult it is trying to do that and run a business at the same time.
Yeah.
Where do you see this heading in the future for yourself, for your business, and then maybe, if you feel like, for the wider world?
Yeah, I mean, I at the moment, because it's quite tiring and mentally sort of tiring for us at the moment, I daren't sort of let my mind go into global stuff, because what we're trying to do is fix what we can in our locality, in our family, in our business, and sort of try and focus on this. And we just want a business in the long run. So, yeah, I mean, what does it hold? I don't know. I don't know what the global future is, really. So, yeah.
What do you expect? Well, I suppose it's hard to say what you expect for your business. Are you just going to carry on doing this until, who knows?
Well, I would love it if, because we've made a sort of stand, you know, we believe in truth, and we've been brave, and we've been prepared to sort of say, no, we're not going to be bullied into closing. I feel like the business might take on a bit of a different hue from now on, and I think we'll have, hopefully, I think we'll be busier, because I think in the long run, I mean, initially people might be like, oh, they should be keeping to the rules and everything, but I think people respect you if you sort of, you're not willing to be pushed about. And yeah, so it would be great if it was a time where our business grows.
Yeah, I mean, if you stand for nothing, you fall for anything.
Yes, that's right.
Have you seen much of other businesses doing what you're doing around the country?
Well, I mean, I do keep my ear to the ground to a certain degree about what's going on. I'm a bit disappointed about hospitality, that they haven't sort of done something en masse. That would have been great, because there's so many. Yes, like that. But maybe we're not set up for that. I don't know here, but I think it's just pockets here and there. Really, it doesn't sound like there's a huge amount going on.
I haven't seen that many. Maybe.
No.
I mean, I imagine there are some businesses who are doing it, possibly pubs and things who are doing it completely on the quiet.
Yeah, under the radar.
Yeah, word of mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, which fair play to them. That's good. You know, anyone, you know, whatever people can do to sort of keep going. Yeah, that's good.
Would you like to see a broader opening of small businesses to basically condemn these lockdowns?
Yeah, because I mean, then that would just demonstrate, wouldn't it, where people are at. That, you know, I mean, I think the British public have been extremely compliant and extremely going along with everything and trying to do their bit and everything. But I think if that could start happening, businesses opening up, just to say, look, okay, we've had enough. We need to survive. So yeah.
Well, obviously you were on the Great Reopenings live stream on Sunday night. That was good. I liked that.
Travis is good. He's very easy.
Well, I didn't realise it was just sort of one guy doing that. I assume he's got a team of people or something. I don't know.
Possibly, I don't know.
But apparently they're planning, other than just sort of, you know, from the first sort of initial day we had, what was it, January 30th was supposed to be the Great Reopening. Yeah. The March, was it March 20th?
March 20th, yeah.
Yeah, there's a protest in London they're planning on doing.
Right.
That. So he's doing another opening day then.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts? Do you think people might open up on that day?
Might do. Yeah. I mean, I think, you know, these things have to start small and grow, don't they? We just have to sort of be patient and, let's hope so. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people working very hard, so.
Oh, you don't get a splash without a stone. Let's hope you're the stone.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's hope so.
Brilliant. Okay.
Yeah.
Any parting words?
Thanks for making the effort to come over.
You're welcome.
Great to meet you guys. And
It's our pleasure.
Yeah.
You want a piece of me? This is pancakes.
Well, this is classic.
Oh yeah, 4-year-old will understand that.
Classic.
Oh, that one's cute.
There you go.
This one's cute. Coming from Droitwich, I'm really proud that someone from Droitwich is doing this as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm in Worcester now, so.
And can I ask you a burning question?
Yep.
When you were younger, did you come in our shop?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I absolutely
wow.
did. Yeah. Yeah.